Yes, in front of the huge crowd of people, and then someone from the crowd just go, "Is that Ace Attorney?" And then we look at them and say, "It's not just Ace Attorney, my friends. It is the Great Ace Attorney." That's right.
It is
We bring you the
indeed.
game.
It is
We bring you
indeed the Great
game
Ace
from
Attorney.
across- We bring you the game from across the sea.
All right.
That's
Sherlock
right.
Holmes is real.
We have done the impossible, and we didn't just bring one game. We hold up the second copy in our hands. We bought two.
All right. So hello everybody. Welcome to the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve tonight. So yeah. For those who don't know, a little while last year we ended up playing through the original Ace Attorney, well, the original Great Ace Attorney before. Yeah, so we're playing this one a lot more official this time, because in between that time, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles has now come out. So both games are now legally available. I honestly did not think this would ever happen after playing the original game.
Go buy them.
You know what, Patrick? I'm so proud of you. I can't believe you went through this whole character arc. We went from illegal to legal. Man, what a jump in quality. I'm so proud of you.
Even though you say this as I use emulators to record PSP games for my upcoming marathon, but you know.
Shut up! It's your moment.
It sounds more like a Capcom thing.
Yo.
So, anyway, before we head into, Great Ace Attorney 2, I do want to just quickly, give my thoughts on replaying, the Great Ace Attorney 1 again, because I did that, 1, to refamiliarize myself with everything, and then, 2, to see how the translation fared, in between. I will say, I think I like this translation more. I like the humor that's injected more, especially since it doesn't have Japanese slurs. That's very welcome. Thank you on that. But I still think Case 1 is the best case of the game. I really like Case 3 going back. Case 5 is okay to me. Same with Case 4. I still don't really like Case 2. That's just me on that one. But like, I would say my opinion has gone up a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little, kind of deal. What do you mean low battery? What?
It's actually low for once. Oh my goodness.
What the fuck? I think that's
Also,
just...
how's my mic sound? I switched to my...
No, my dear Sir WiiDude of the 83. Did you forget to charge your controller?
I thought this thing
Of
was
the
on a full
83.
charge, honestly. Like, I'm kind of surprised by that.
No, my dear WiiDude, I know that these Pro controllers
Okay,
can
well,
hold a charge.
now I hope, okay, let me actually look up real fast. I need to see, do I need to get some cable to charge this thing up? How long does Pro Controller have on low battery? I just need to make sure it can last the stream, kind of deal.
About an hour.
An hour before that?
Oh,
Are you able to just use
I was,
Joy-Con?
I was like half an hour to an hour, but if you have because as long as you have like a USB like wall plug nearby, you can literally just plug it in.
Yeah, the
and
problem is I just hope that doesn't get recognized as like going into another device or anything like that.
Oh no,
It shouldn't.
do you not have a USB wall charger?
Well, not I don't have a wall charger thing near me. I have like a cable to my computer, but then it will detect that as a controller. That's the problem.
Do you have an extra Switch AC adapter? Because that will work.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Also, I'm gonna ask, how far away is your Switch from you?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna figure something out real fast.
That's a hi, Tyler.
Hello. I hope my mic
Hi.
doesn't suck.
Now, hang on, chat. We must give a round of applause to the great Zagu over here. He made it. He's gonna be on more than one stream. Hopefully. Probably.
Hopefully.
he has come.
I definitely just wanted to see the initial reaction. At the very, very minimum.
Everybody clap.
I'm clapping, but my mic ain't picking it up.
Like I said, I
No.
hope my mic is okay, just because I'm on my phone, because this is the only way I can actually watch the stream.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that strikes again, but it's okay.
All right. Like you're a little bit low, but we can hear you.
I'm low.
Yeah, but I think that's just phone quality.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's
Yeah.
my phone or if it's my headphones. I think I
No,
stopped.
no,
using
no.
headphones.
No. See, Tyler. She ain't saying you low. She said, Shorty, you low. Shorty, you so low. Yo, Shorty, you get it down there, son. You get it down there. Yeah, Tyler, get it, Tyler.
Well,
Ah.
it's not much better. It's not much better from the beginning, to be honest.
Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, yes, got it.
Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
we're good.
Yay.
Phew, thank God. So
Yeah.
as long as I didn't hit anything on the other controller, I can actually use that one as a USB cable onto here. So perfect. Anyway, so Brandon, I don't know how many sessions this first case will take, because again, I'm going in totally blind. So like I have no idea what I'm getting into with the second one, other than this is
I want to say like an hour and a half at the most, maybe.
okay.
Well,
Well, the thing is, like, if Patrick would probably just straight played it without us doing our
Yeah, because the voice actor's probably gonna double that time, most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah, so this will probably take the 2 streams.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, that's right.
I should probably clarify right now, just so chat is clear, anything from DGS 1 is fair game to talk about, but please don't spoil anything for 2, because this has been a lot harder to, access for a long time, and, we want to go in as blind as
you
possible.
have no idea.
The only other things that I do know about this one is that, there's no anime cutscenes, you guys told me, this time, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
with
Yeah, because the budget was lower
DGS1
for this
didn't
game.
sell very well, so they kind of got their budget cut for 2.
Yeah.
Wait,
Alright.
which upon finding that out, does stuff in this game make more sense now?
Yeah, because I know they really had to fight to even get this second game at this point. Well,
Which is amazing that they did, considering, yeah. It would be unfortunate if they did the first game and then, whoops,
yeah.
no sequel.
That would have been awful. I couldn't imagine.
By the way, Patrick,
yeah.
I'm telling you this, when you reminded me that the stream was today, I just went, oh yeah, DGS 2. I'm conserving my energy for this.
The only other house cleaning things are that we have the hashtag for WDGS2 if you want to do Twitter stuff, and then we also have a Discord chat that's WDGGS. In there, you can basically talk freely about anything we got into that point of the playthrough. If you want to talk after that, use the regular DGS2 chat. But anyway, I think we are all set to go at this point. You guys ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's go!
That's our secret, Patrick. We've already
All right.
We've been gone.
Okay.
We've been ready for
We're
you.
ready.
Okay, alright.
Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital. You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court. Forgive me for taking so long to come to visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned. And no one could have predicted what has happened. Just 2 months after arriving home.
Find myself faced with another crime.
Oh. Oh.
So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court
Ooh.
for the only time in my life as a lawyer.
Hello.
So please, I ask for your guidance. Kazuma-sama.
All right, you have my attention.
Straight away.
The adventure of
Right.
the blossoming attorney.
Oh, she's dead.
And you know what? This was rare back then because
Well, yeah,
after,
like
no,
yeah.
what I mean is like after I got into the game, I never encountered a single person that didn't know the surprise going into case 1 of this game because the YouTube thumbnail spoils it.
Oh.
Oh,
Right.
I'm so glad I just jumped right into it after the first one.
Okay, well, let's
Yeah, like the YouTube thumbnail for this part for the first part of case 1, it's just sees Susanoo in court. It's like, oh well, thanks thanks thumbnail.
All right. Well, let's get this started. We're in for a long night.
This'll be fun. Here I am again, from 9 months ago, to the Supreme Court of Judiciary of Japan. I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself.
Oh God, I gotta remember what voice I gave him. Good, you're here. Does it do much for a lawyer to be late?
Yes, good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You got a fine figure, Counsel. But you do look as white as a sheet, and those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either.
Oh dear.
Also, yes, chat, I hate that people compare his face to Omni-Man now, and I can't fucking unsee it.
ED showed it to me, and I just went, no.
It's the mustache! It's the mustache!
It's easily the like,
Thanks,
never mind
Susanoo,
that
thanks.
way, although it's kind of backwards, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, if I ever get anything wrong in this trial, just chat erupted the big Susanoo thing, yes.
The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated. I almost wish that I'd never been born.
Goodness.
Actually, now we have to just do our best JK Stimmons impression.
Oh,
Well, not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
Yujin Mikatoba, professor of medicine at Imperial Yuma University. Also, I'm not making her British. A man who earlier in his life traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances of forensic medical science. And of course, my brilliant father. Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Would I be correct in thinking you're my lawyer in court today? Oh, yes, that's right, miss.
Oh yeah, by the way, so Sophie, do you have how many bottles of water do you have on standby?
Don't worry, I'm prepared.
Oh,
I had a year in advance to prepare for this.
I read the script ahead. I studied my lines.
I practice all my lines.
I played through this game. Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life. It's a complete fabrication. The whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Rei Mimabe, born the same year, and my greatest friend. That is not your name in Japanese. Though unusual for a woman of our time, she works at the University Research Laboratory, helping my father. And sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial.
Of course.
Accused of committing a truly awful murder.
What's her name in Japanese?
Something Haruto something. She's supposed to be named after a piece of clothing. Here they put the poem of "Remember Me."
Ah, okay.
Are you feeling all right? since we started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flustered. Oh, well, it's just that. You look so gallant and dashing.
Okay.
Sorry? And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me rather bashful.
Is Susanna supposed to be like dressed like a vandal like at this point? Is that the idea?
You'll see.
I'll never tell.
Goodness, I don't think she knows.
But the game will.
She hasn't realized who I am.
See, my little plan for the trial is going to work.
Oh, what do you mean? Professor Mikatoba?
If even your best friend can't see through your disguise, I think we can relax.
Disguise?
Oh.
Yes, I never dressed this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be. But it does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father. Father?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is that? Is that you, Susanoo?
No.
No.
No, shut up. What is that?
No! What are you doing? What's going on? That varsity outfit, the varsity cap, the varsity badge! Ah! Look at you! You look all on the world just like an Imperial University student, a male student!
Yep, okay. That's how they were getting around it for this time period, okay.
I'm so glad you think so.
It's the Mulan shape, probably.
It means all my preparation has been worthwhile. I woke up at 4 in the morning to make a start. But I don't understand. Why are you dressed like that?
Because this time period hates us right now, that's why.
Well, you see.
It was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take her defense in this trial.
My defense? Never before in my life I felt frustrated being born in this body. Court in Japan has barred women not being allowed to set foot inside the courtroom. Despite the fact the law of the land applies to all people, male and female alike. She restrained the true power of Susanoo. But women are forbidden. Just for today, I would leave my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer. Oh, Susanoo, you're going to such lengths for me? Of course, you're my greatest friend. I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve. Oh no, I have complete faith in you.
You get him, bestie.
Hey.
Yeah, get him, girl. I mean, guy.
Get him!
Get him!
It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet, just because you're a woman... What a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't I be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing. Ray? Please don't look at me with those big flustered cheeks and eyes.
Please, my father will get ideas. Stop it.
Oh, trust me, the fan already has.
Like, Sophie, you didn't even need to tell me. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Nope, this ship is sailing.
The Yuris are feeding good tonight.
Patrick, the ship is sailing right before your eyes right now.
Oh, it's a cruise liner right in front of me, you know?
Yeah, look, and they sailed a long time ago. You're just seeing the ship for the first time.
It's pulling in the port.
Dimension.
It wasn't what you were expecting, but you know what? But you know what? You're not mad. Like you're seeing it.
I mean, to be fair, this is a series all around gay lawyers. You know, yeah, I'm not surprised whatsoever, kind of deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just look really dashing. Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
Yes, queen. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, king. Yes, king. Yes.
Yes. You should be pleased. That means you look as convincing as a man.
I'm pleased, I think. It certainly helped bolster my confidence today. Ray, you managed to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I noticed your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly. Suzato, you do believe me, don't you? I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder? Of course.
I also like how the guards are not paying attention to anything of this conversation that we're having whatsoever, that we're violently breaking law at this point.
Not past me.
We're just in the corner, don't mind us. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean.
Do you hear something? No.
Nope.
No. No.
I'm just looking at this very attractive man over here.
Should I be hearing something, David? I mean, do you not hear this conversation? What conversation?
Yes,
The one that I had in my front- the one that I had
in
in
ye
front of
old
us.
Japan, David, the security guard.
David in old Japan.
Yeah,
David
Why is
Kuhn,
your-
no.
Also, why is your name Dave? Why is your name David? Oh no, man, blame my parents on that one.
Okay. Anyway.
Isn't that right? Yes it is. Perfectly clean. I have absolute no doubt in my mind about your innocence. Which is why I stand by you until the bitter end of this trial. Whatever happens, I'll always be by your side. Because that is what it means to be a defense lawyer. It means so much to me, Suzato.
Defendant, counsel. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
Says me, David.
David. David
We
Japan.
need to have David, and then we need to think it's like the most Japanese name for the ones in England kind of deal. Keep the joke going. You should go in at
They're
once,
brothers.
Ray. If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
Ah, shit. Oh. Stand aside!
Bullshit!
I actually wanted what that was Sophie said. Oh man.
Well, Suzato, you certainly surprised your father. Going to such lengths to be admitted into a courtroom and with no prior existence of being a lawyer.
I have Google, don't worry. There's simply no other way. There's all there is to it. But father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right to assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her. It would only worry her if she found out no other lawyer would agree to take her case. I didn't want to burden her with that.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case is really because of who the victim was?
Yeah, thank God we're getting closure to this plotline, thank you.
After 1 year.
Yeah. Okay, we should be making a move in too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, father.
That's the neat part. You don't.
That's where do I point out the contradiction? That's the neat thing, you know.
That's the neat part. You don't.
All right.
We want to challenge. What do I say? What do I say? Objection. That's the neat part. You don't.
What do I do if the music doesn't stop? That's the neat part. You're fucked.
Aw, shit. I'm Suzato Migatoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of the law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I find myself back in Japan. How many times did I wish he were here, I wonder.
My eyes can't stop moving.
Still, I have no choice but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Wish me luck. Naruhodo-san.
Get him, Queen! Yes!
Oh no, that's a king!
Pat, you're not ready. Pat, you are not
King!
ready. You are not ready for this.
Oh boy. Yep, okay, he's back, yep. This quote is now in. Oh, no, hold on. I do the Japanese judge.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're
Yeah.
Japanese judge. I'm English judge.
Yeah. This court is now in session to hear the trial of Mambabi? Is it?
Mima. Remember me.
Oh, remember me!
The prosecution is fully
ready to proceed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just gotta continue it. Jason was here during last time, so.
Okay.
I was paid, remember?
Oh.
I need to budget with all your fears and anxieties.
Defense counsel, are you ready? Yes, Your Excellency, we are ready. I see she's already learned. I like it's the exact same animation as Naruto on that.
Wow, the pressure's already setting in.
Yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is, Ryoto Naruhodo, is that correct?
Sorry.
Oh yes, I came with a suitable male name for you in this little venture. So I'm afraid to say simply put down the first name that's brought to mind. Well, counsel?
Yes, that's right. That's me. I'm,
Yeah, that's
yes,
me.
I'm Ryutaro. We are about to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan.
Seems Ryutaro may need to consider how to uphold his manly act and not overdo it. And those wild eyes aren't doing any favors either. Just relax and listen.
Naruhodo.
Oh.
A fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. Also, did you say Naruhodo? With the name, Naruhodo. Would that by chance be...
You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain for his study program E. This is,
His cousin.
That's right! Ryutaro here has been studying in provinces. He was called to the capital for this trial. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of Tokyo's pre-eminent lawyers.
Nah, I just have Google.
Any of them.
I mean, she does have it. It's in her book.
Google. She does have Google. What a pitiful situation. Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused had to call a country boy.
How dare you! Susato has been the clown to dash of any other Tokyo's attorneys. I won't have you making fun of her. Oh, Ollie. Please be careful, Ray.
You know, I'm a fine tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not.
I'm so nervous.
Knees are shaky, Mop Spaghetti.
When I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand what Naruhodo-san's going through. Like
You
it or
want
not,
people to understand
I
the pain.
saw what the
The more people to understand his pain, the better.
The case to be heard this day is a matter of great significance to the national interest. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume the outcome of this trial may well affect the future of our empire.
So at the trial 9 months ago. Oh wait, oh sorry, just at the trial a year ago. and yes, for proceedings of such importance, we had this unknown Yoko by the dock. Dear me.
Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense, to determine whether or not you sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
No, don't get them a tutorial. Give me the win.
I must go with when a certain other Naruhodo stood in the stand you're taking now. It's the same judge tested him as well. And even though he was a student at the time, not even law, he passed the test with flying colors.
I really want to call that flying colors.
Well, the color of his boyfriend's headband, you know. For the trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this will be easy. So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions?
Okay. Alright, it's time to prove myself.
Yes.
The only thing I don't like about that animation is the fact that her cheeks don't squish it like
Yeah.
Naruhodo's. If her cheeks squished it on Naruhodo, it would be perfect.
Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make it simple.
Very well. To start with, you will state the name of the victim.
Block.
That's simple. Couldn't forget that if I tried.
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, minds are not to blank!
It's not surprising, really. It's not your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a spark like yours is bound to flicker and falter during these circumstances.
No, wait, Dad, hang on, rewind. Not my first time in this position.
Whatever, sorry.
Oh dear, this is a dismissal failure.
Don't fret. You need only the knowledge you've gained from the judicial assistant to overcome this problem.
Of course, the court records. Yes, the answers among the key information of this case in the court records.
And the last game, you know. That's right, you can do so. Blah 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 blah.
I like that explanation. I like that explanation. She drew a blank because she lost access to Google. She doesn't have. She lost her Google.
Yeah, she lost Google. It's everybody when we need to do math and stuff like that. We can't use a calculator anymore, kind of deal.
I lost her book. I like that.
Oh, you don't get penalties for this. So, you don't get penalties.
Ooh.
Eugen.
You can choose both.
Don't you do
The
it.
victim of this case is none other than Professor Eugen Mikitova.
What? Well, to be written off by one's own child.
Father, you seem suddenly so much older than mere moments ago.
Because of you, clearly! The judge is asking for the victim's name, the person who was killed in this case. Oh my god, Susato, please.
Susato.
I'm getting...
I can't believe I forget that he even didn't check the court record.
Fake Susato.
Yo, this is GG.
Okay. Takatsushi. Wait.
What?
Why the sudden triumphant cry of yes? Are you threatening to kill me?
He seems angry.
And you're surprised?
the court fixes out of the court.
Guys,
I must say, this is my so usual methodology leads to be almost speechless. It occurs to me with renewed certainty that the reading of the information clearly and vitally is important. I strongly recommend it.
Yo.
By the way, yes, there are achievements and stuff like that now in this collection. So,
as far as we know, they don't matter. They're just there for you to be. They're there to be collected.
Yes. I mean, yes.
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 The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett.
A name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure. Correct. And being a member of the Empire's Judiciary, you will be aware of the significance of that name. So, let me pose another simple question. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why then is her name indubitably associated with our own empire's judicial history? Obviously, you wouldn't have forgotten this case from 9 months ago. But proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you did in the court record, blah blah blah.
Yeah, this came from a year
Obviously,
ago.
I still remember. I think that was
Maybe.
the start of everything. Giselle Brett. Behind the woman student's persona was the face of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria. Obviously.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Obviously not!
The Queen of England studying overseas.
I thought sounded a little
Leave me out of this. Then what on earth was that answer you just gave?
Leave me out of this. Yo, leave me out of this.
Oh my god.
She was the victim too.
Yo, leave me out of this.
Victim. Wait. Not yet. Hold on.
The victim's role is already taken, Counsel. You should know that.
The answer, that answer came with such this kind of confidence. I was almost taken in.
It's the same one. Damn it.
Leave me out of this.
Leave me out of this.
I should have screen capped that. I should have screen capped that.
Leave me out of it.
Okay.
Leave me out of this.
9 months ago, a visiting professor of amazing professor of medicine at Imperial University was killed. Sorry about that. And the culprit was Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer. At the time, our country had only signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain, and it was in the middle of a midst of a delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, formerly Watson, was shot dead. I believe this was an associate of yours, and Professor... Oh, it's like... yeah, that was the wrong...
Oh yeah, right.
It didn't say! So...
Yeah.
I was indebted to that man. He had been my mentor since I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed, it was I who invited him to Japan as a visiting professor at the university.
I think that was the judge, so that still worked.
Okay. Naturally, the murder of the Englishmen on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly. Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here in the Supreme Court.
There was a lot of stake.
A student of the Imperial University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. With the help of his best friend, a student of law, the accused conducted his own defense.
Don't you mean certified bestie?
And exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett.
Naruhodo's gonna have the best stories when he becomes a father.
Miss Brett eventually...
Let me tell you about the time that I was in a secret court.
However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Oh, excuse me. Immediately after the trial, the British government brought his consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China, instead.
Why Shanghai?
There's
Why
a
not?
British consular court there. Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled only upon last week. All that remained was our empire's obligations was the woman's safety on board the steamship.
And yet, the very day before her departure, The Englishwoman was killed!
Only the day before? Day before.
That will do. I'm satisfied with the counsel for the defense, sufficiently capable of representing defendant, even though she had to fail, like, 6 times to get there, but, you know.
Oh, you're satisfied with that?
Look, our country's standards are very, very, very low, okay?
Apparently!
Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle. Thank the fuck God.
Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Akuchi.
My name's Akuchi now. As is your wish, Your Excellency. Yo, we Gucci up in here. The reported crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight.
Oh, this little sea castle.
Yeah. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. The incident occurred outside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes.
Damn.
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung.
She wore all that shit to the beach? Like, that seems like a lot.
An injury was proved fatal. An ancient Japanese Gucci.
Judge, it appears that Ouchie has, passed out,
I was just doing a little play talk with him, that was all.
You spotted the ancient Japanese Gucci!
Just like that, the prosecutor's on the ground laughing in the middle of the court.
Oh, we already got some good highlight material.
Gucci brand kimonos! There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett in her bathing attire, if you can call it that, and the accused.
You call that bathing attire?
Yo, can we try Uchi over here for some drip?
Well, if you guys do it, you could. Like, if you want to ask for it, you can do it yourselves. Photoshop something.
Give this guy some drip.
I'll post the reference in the Discord.
Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady.
Well, that extraordinary description of the events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's really true. The prosecution summary was full of words that raise an awful lot of questions.
Like that Gucci. What the fuck is that?
her drip was fabulous that day.
Okay. Alright.
The prosecutor, what he said was, let me get a powerful
if I may, Prosecutor Gucci. Shit, Achi.
Yes!
Ah, shit, I did it again.
And now Sophie solidified it. For a minute, I said Gucci.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a perfect animation for it too. Ah, yes, Gucci. Look at this ancient Japanese Gucci I got going on.
Don't look at me like that.
I got the hair, I got the kimono, I got the fan.
I wonder, Could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot.
Hi, my apologies. Clearly, my modernity.
Modernity, I think.
Yeah.
Clearly, my that word has confused the poor country's pumpkin simple mind.
That's the modernity guy.
Bathing spots are the very latest trend in the health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skins.
No shit, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, in all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder. Why would a known criminal been relaxing by the sea?
Fuck!
Shut up! For old time's sake, I believe.
Sorry? Pardon me! Excusez-moi!
Disculpa-me!
Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day on our country's wonderful coast. And the British embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
But on what grounds did we agree to such a request?
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seemed we won't be able to have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
You read their navy? It's enormous! Don't look at me, Professor! It was the government who granted permission, not I! He's right, though. Don't blame it on him. He's just a prosecutor. In any case, it was decided that with the dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
And yet it clearly fucking did.
And yet everything went wrong!
In fact, a murder took place.
I said don't look at me! It was that young student girl who did it, not I!
No one has proved that yet.
Oh, come on, look at
Wouldn't
her!
provoke the man if you don't need to.
At this stage, I need to gather more information, I think.
What is the Meiji era version of a boomer? Pain. You look at him right now.
Yeah.
Pain.
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive? What a blatant overstatement.
You see your good boy using long words he doesn't fully understand.
Oh.
Wait.
Okay.
There we go.
I beg your pardon.
No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Remember me, son. You are a research assistant at the Imperial University, I believe.
Can one of the jurors please get that bot?
Ah, shit.
Bye.
I got it.
Alright.
Yes, I am. I'm working for Professor Mikotoba's laboratory at the moment.
I can confirm that the defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
I can figure out a better voice.
Fascinating to hear. Now, another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
Come
on, say it.
I was studying under Dr. Chinese Watson.
Dr.
Bingo.
Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago? Also, I should probably state this now. If you guys are gonna get on our case about the Sherlock Wilson changes, I don't care. Like, we're probably gonna use them interchangeably, and I really don't care which version we say, honestly. So, yeah.
I mean, I know which one I saw first, so those are the names that I know.
Yeah.
For the main cast anyway. For the name changes that they make for like the small characters. Oh, like I wouldn't remember what the original names were anyway.
Welcome.
The accused had a
Yep.
yeah. The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes. Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting. and tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the Englishwoman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred. She's done a powerful hatred. Oh
She's
no.
done a powerful hatred.
Oh! Be careful what you're saying. Huh.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
Well, it certainly was a trap after all.
How wicked of him. Choose Ray's undying respect for her mentor against her like that.
That actually makes him a good prosecutor.
Yeah.
God damn it, he's doing his job! Fuck!
Alright.
Alright,
Let's find out more details. Yada yada.
If you have one more question, you gotta ask.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
alone
Being alone
together.
together.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Mebame-san? Yes, what is it, sir? I mean, Naruto-san. I'm really starting to wish we made our analysis Ryotaro Susanoo. Please tell the court exactly why you presented at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place. And why you were alone with her. Oh, well... No, that's not true. It wasn't like that at all! There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all.
At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else.
You know, I just thought about it. Like, I just noticed that his hair actually is different compared to just because Soki cut it off, kind of deal. I just noticed that detail. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and you know what? He turns out he liked it that way. So you know, put it back up.
I think he's rocking basically the same hair that Pain and Apollo Justice had. I think that was
Oh
like...
my god, I wish he had that same animation too, where he flips his hair.
The truth is, there's only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on a bathing sojourn. It was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life. Also,
No!
I hate my hair. This is Gucci hair. Because, as we know, the following day we see Miss Brett extracted to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
I believe we have all made a clear picture of the incident now. Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research to work at the university. Obviously, over that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions.
Seeing the murder of the mentor whom she had such sacred respect join just undeserved liberties.
Yes, even if it was only temporary, Miss Brett's extraction to Shanghai, you can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you be so kind as to peruse this exhibit, a photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident.
Let me see. Okay. Oh, yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image. Okay, so, alright. Okay, footprints there.
Don't worry, Patrick. Gonna be added to your court record so you can zoom in on things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait for that, yeah. Huh?
As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden.
The court will accept this photographic print as evidence. Okay.
Mine.
Alright, let me, just take a quick look at that. Alright, okay, so...
Zoom in on a really dark spot. Yes, darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay, why is there another dress there? What the fuck?
I think she's supposed to be in like a bathrobe.
Okay. Still seems
that
like a
makes
lot.
sense.
Why the fucking hat though?
Because it's Giselle
Bird
Brett.
is dead. The bird is
Yeah.
dead.
As
Also,
I
you never get to see
understand
her
it, the
eyes.
victim and the defendant were alone inside the beach hut at the time. This is deeply troubling, I must say. The finger of guilt points firmly at the defendant.
Well, Your Excellency, naturally the prosecution has much more to its case.
Oh my god.
We intend to prove the accused's appalling actions beyond all possible contention. To that end, I can confirm that we have multiple witnesses to the crime and damning evidence.
Witnesses? But who?
One of whom, I might add, is a highly respected police detective.
Asanaga!
I assure you, the testimony of these witnesses will leave no room for doubt.
Very well then, counsel. Bring forth your witness.
I, Takatsuki Aguchi, have been waiting for this moment.
Sorry.
What the fuck is that name?
Oh yes, I haven't forgotten the trial 1 year ago, here in this very courthouse, when that irreverent little student boy utterly humiliated me.
Excuse me, that student boy was extremely badass.
And much higher quality than last time.
We got no skin now, Hono!
Yes?
This insult to the Aguchi family name will never be forgotten.
I don't remember it being that name last time. Shut up! If you want to take since he did it last time, Tyler, if you want to take Cosmo for this.
Alright. You become conceited with age, counsel. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that.
Switch.
Oh, that line was actually voiced in one of the extras on the
Oh.
voice clips. Like for DGS1, they surprisingly have a lot of unused voices for in-game stuff.
Straight the head of a samurai whose top knot has been cut and the bell of cultural enlightenment tolls. Yes, on that fateful day, my former self died.
And Gucci was born!
And the Gucci was born!
You're part of your own mini Reggie revolution. Are you modernizing as well, Council?
Oh, I am so much trouble.
I am no longer the boomer I was last
Oh my
time.
God.
He said it.
Okay.
Gucci died so Gucci could live. Since I swore revenge back there, there has been a minor miracle atop my head. Observe the Gucci growth. You see this seed of hope sprouting from the barren expense of my crown?
I think that tiny growth is trying to tell me something. I'm afraid I can't really see, where's the hope exactly? I didn't hear it.
I face another younger student of the Navajo clan. Well, I will vanquish you. Am my victory will be fertilizer for the seed of hope atop my head. You have been warned. That V was very hard for some reason. With that, the prosecution calls the witnesses to the stand.
Looks like the stakes are high on both sides of this trial. Prosecution and defense each have much to lose.
Haircut isn't complicated compared to Ray's life.
Well, I'm sorry. Oh
The
my
truth.
gosh. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. What? It's your back too? Okay.
Hi, how you doing? Witnesses, please state your names and occupation for
Oh god, are their voices gonna be too similar? Did you basically give him the paid voice?
Oh god.
No.
I think I honestly don't remember who voices this guy.
Oh, that was ED.
You can take it, Tyler.
Tyler, do you want to take it, Tyler? Or I can take it?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, who's
Who's the other one? Me. You back off. He's mine.
Chief Inspector Satoru Hasanaga, Imperial Police Bureau. I'm in disguise, obviously, so I can go undetected.
That is what the turtle is for.
That's what the turtle is.
I am. Well, the next free thinking books, and also renowned throughout the capital. In fact, yes. Should it be someone else? That's satirical. I am a cat. A fictional success by Sasaki, not by successing the Natsume. I love this man.
I want to know the story of this man on the right now immediately.
Oh my goodness!
Struggling student, for the promises, please. You need to be in awe of me.
I need it?
It's only natural that that you feel nervous in my presence. But all of you, please relax. Call me Sasaki even.
Yes.
Yes.
Why on earth is Sasaki still doing it?
Tread carefully, Susato. That offer fellow knows you from your time in London, doesn't he? If he exposes who you really are, it'll be over for us before it begins.
Yes, of course, I know. I presume Jiteki-san wouldn't have forgotten about me. I certainly could never forget him. Although he does seem to have changed somewhat in the year or so since I last saw him. As for Inspector Hosonaga, that amazing outfit is hard to believe.
This is my tattoo. Do I have something on my face?
On your head?
Well, your glasses are for one, although they don't seem to be helping you, it seems. Thank goodness he hasn't recognized me either.
Ah, I suppose it's this disguise, is it? I thought that appearing here in these clothes I was wearing at the time would make me would give me a more faithful testimony. It is my guiding principle to carry out all testimonies flawlessly.
By the way, can we just point out that guy went to detective on duty to make sure that she didn't die. That's twice now.
Twice. No, hold on, no, 3 times now. 3 times at this point.
Damn.
I think
no. Okay, like I don't blame him for the first time because he was still on a different case, and the murder happened. A murder happened like at that.
Still let 3 murders happen underneath his watch.
Yeah, Trump just follows him. It's like that's why he's always looking behind him. Trump just follows him.
Like two of those.
I know we have Van Zeke's like curse thing. I think Hasanaga has a curse as well, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I can appreciate why the Imperial Police Bureau detective might have been in pursuit. But what business did a writer such as yourself have at being at the scene, Soseki-san?
What, you judge it?
You hate it?
You mad? Well, you see, I have been asked that day to give a lecture. On the morning of the incident, in the Imperial University Grand Lecture Hall, no less.
Yuma University?
After the lecture, I had a very pleasant conversation with the researcher for the medical science department. The professor over there, in fact.
With Professor Mikitoba?
Yes, that's right. It was arranged by one of the newspapers. They wanted a story or other about 2 former Britons former students that studied in Great Britain.
2 former Britons.
Of course, being a renowned author, the press never leave me alone. They secretly spy, scribble stories, and capture my privacy.
Like that asshole over there.
The only part of the translation that I actually prefer, like over like the fan translation over this one, the fact that the fan translation just dials that all down to like a single word, whereas in the official translation they turn it into full-blown sentences. So I don't think it flows as well.
Okay.
But also because I don't think the best part would be him yelling, "I've been forsaken!" while in jail. I was upset when that wasn't in the official translation, him yelling, "I've been forsaken." Like, oh man, that's gone. As you can see, the conversation was written up in this newspaper here. Read it at your leisure. My professional, strongly student friend. I have plenty of copies.
Thank you very much. He practically threw the paper at me.
I turned back to you actually through the paper.
Yo, what? Suseki over here fucking dabbing over here. Like,
He...
yeah.
Ah, culture, I see. Oh, culture, I see. Oh, yeah, we can be friends. No.
At least the kittens came back okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, following my interview with the professor.
Wait, man, wasn't the cat with us? Got the deal.
I think the post credits said he smuggled the kittens of it.
Oh, okay.
The lady in question appeared and made a very unexpected announcement. I should like to go with everyone to see your country's coast. Those were her words.
As I explained before, Miss Brett was never taken into custody. She continued to work in my laboratory under strict surveillance, of course.
At which utterance, the university immediately contacted the government to seek guidance. And the response was, permit Miss Britt to go as long as a detective accompanies her.
That detective, I am at liberty to divulge, was me. Chief Inspector Satoru Hasanaga.
Man, your track record just sucks right now, doesn't it? Thereby, the entire party departed rather cordially for the seaside, it seems.
I'm still kicking myself to this day. It was extremely challenging to clear all other members. It was extremely challenging to clear all other members of the public from the vicinity of the beach.
I can't even work at Starbucks anymore. When I give them crap, they just go there and die.
But fortunately, I was at peak physical fitness at the so I was able to carry out my duties flawlessly.
Man, wow, my man, you were fit and you still feel?
Well, you do have something on your face now.
What, my glasses? How unsightly. I do apologize.
Does that mean you went to the beach too, Father?
No, fortunately I had to work to finish off. But unfortunately, of course, it meant that my assistant Ray was invited to take my place.
Of course, being a renowned author, I didn't like to decline the invitation. But it's only a hand. I never been. I never. Relentlessly wrecked by remorse and regret.
YMCA. Very well, I must thus ask you to permit your formal testimony to the court after a goddamn hour of court. Holy shit!
God.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, these trials were so much faster back in my day. Will you give an account to all you witnessed to your impromptu excursion to the court?
Of course, Your Excellency.
Are you okay? I believe.
Oh, yes, I do drugs.
Racked by remorse and regret, I am.
Have you seen my track record? I need the booze and the crack and everything.
I was supposed to protect him, but I couldn't fucking do it.
And remember, so I think the explanation of the first game was simply the fact that it's an illness he has.
Yeah.
That's fair. On the day of the incident, I was ordered on a special surveillance assignment. Guys.
Aw, I'm a little sad it's not a different feed, but...
I just managed to catch that crowd when I suddenly heard
Caterwall?
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 Caterwall? We'll go with that.
We'll
Yeah.
go with that.
But I
Caterwall.
suddenly heard a caterwall from behind me.
I ran into the beach hut at once when I found the pair in question.
Yes. That young girl with a stride, the English woman, dagger in hand, and she stabbed wildly.
I saw blood on the blade. It proved to me that she stabbed the victim multiple times.
Indeed. It does appear from this testimony that both witnesses are here present solid. The very moment of the heinous crime.
What?
Now, if you will recall, I promised evidence as well. What phrase did I use again? Ah, yes, that was it. Damning evidence.
What do you have there, counsel? A so-called fountain pen, is it?
Correct, Your Excellency. I found it at the scene whilst examining the body. It appears that in her dying moments, with her final ounce of strength, the victim clutched a piece of the evidence that would positively identify the killer.
Excuse me, sir. Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry. I was talking.
You want to try that again? Don't worry, we have a new feature now. We have the history.
Yes.
Just the one.
No wait, where is it?
It was
History, there we go.
Press the Y button. You can go back and reread dialogue.
I said it. I already said it.
I made
See,
a joke.
he was transitioning to show off new parts of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Your Excellency, if you would cast your eyes over the photographic print of the crime scene once more.
Oh, goodness me!
She died!
That wine was wasted! Yes, the victim is clearly grasping at something quite deliberately there in her hand.
The heavy is dead. The heavy is dead.
I thought you just slipped on some ketchup or something.
That's right. The fountain pen.
It's just like
The
Psycho.
fountain pen.
It's like fucking Psycho and it's chocolate and like chocolate syrup kind of deal.
And if you would kindly examine the pen, Your Excellency.
Holy shit! The other's initials are engraved in the evidence barrel. R.M. Remember me. The initials of the defendant.
She even has that animation. It's great.
Oh, my back.
This fountain pen will be admitted immediately as critical evidence.
Bring it to it's just a Ryunosuke clone.
Real quick? No, I cannot examine that.
Not
Okay.
No. So like
The game has to teach you again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that thing.
Alright.
So, have I omitted anything? This has a testimony, effective evidence, not to say quite effective. To the bright blue sky outside the courthouse today, having reason to ascribe guilt, I feel.
God fucking damn it. I don't understand. The prosecutor out here 9 months ago has none of this man's praise!
Counsel for the defense, you may begin your cross-examination now. Naruhodo-san!
Oh no. That means. Oh, yes! Me!
Is there any other Naruhodo in my courtroom?
Hi, my
There's
last name's
even a single
Naruhodo.
photo in your courtroom.
Actually, there's me. Hi, I'm Naruhodo. My last name's Naruhodo.
Cousin Ryutaro, pull yourself together, please.
Alright. I've seen this countless times as a judicial assistant. Find inconsistencies in the witness testimony to prove that they're lying somehow. That's all there is to it. That's how a real liar would handle a cross-examination. So let's see what I can do.
By the way, is the attorney's badge also fake on Susato? Because We just breaking all kinds of laws here.
Actually,
I borrowed
check
it.
to see if there's any kind of check to see
Oh
if
wait,
there's
yeah, because it would probably be in the. Wait, hold on.
Hold it.
Let me court record. Oh no, it's not in the thing at
Oh,
all.
we are breaking some rules today.
That's Ace Attorney in shambles. We can't even present our badge.
What is that goddamn disguise, sir?
Yeah, we breaking the law.
Correct. This is my disguise. Wait, no. I mean, it wasn't the first time I've worn this swimsuit and to take a dip in the ocean. It's tried and tested. Do what must be done to keep the English woman under surveillance. Those were my orders that day. Right, Turders?
And this tried and tested outfit was the answer?
Being able to blend flawlessly into a crowd is an important part of it being a detective.
Don't do that! No! Stop it! Stop it! No!
He's being cute! Oh no!
Oh, Turtle! Look at that ready!
I wasn't ready! No! I wasn't ready!
I submerged myself into the salty water, leaving only Mr. Turtle floating inconspicuously on the surface. Mr. Turtle loves the water!
Mr. Turtle loves the water!
Turtles!
That's goddamn adorable, but there's no need for you to blend into the background of this assignment, really. Was there?
If you made you late arriving to the scene, I think perhaps you had your priorities wrong.
Oh.
Handling a match, George.
I wasn't ready, man! No!
Perhaps to pursue this line of question any further at the moment.
It was either this or skinny dipping.
Hold on.
I just wasn't ready.
You're describing the victim's scream, I presume, Sasaki-sana?
In more literary terms, you might say it was a scream that could have pierced the heavens. Something like. Of course, that's just a metaphor. We've renowned authors are wont to describe things so.
Sasaki-san, wasn't it all like this in England?
No, he's back home. He has confidence. Yo, this is Sasaki with
He's got that Japanese swagger now.
He's going places.
I got that Japanese swagger. And anyway, I spun him out. I spun him out at the noise at the noise in the beach hut. Immediately fell under my gaze.
Yes, the beach hut.
The Pizza Hut.
The area is popular with the government ministry. Many have seaside retreats there for rest and inspiration. Locals are prohibited from entering the area, so it's always very quiet. The beach hut is a simple structure, erected as a place for people to change or a refuge from the sun.
Although the Englishwoman commandeered the hut for herself, which meant that I was forced to change into my swimwear on the sand.
I imagine that's rather embarrassing for you.
Well, anyway, I tossed the crab aside and headed for the beach hut at a run. Or, in a more literary term, I decrabbed and beat on the hot lines.
This man about the
go.
Naruto run, watch out.
Look at him go.
Yes,
Look at him
Gotta
sir.
go fast.
Go.
Hold it. Don't go. Wait, by
Don't
there,
go.
you
Hold
don't
it.
mean to say. But how could I be?
No, you misunderstand. Obviously, I mean the victim and the defendant. Remember me, son.
Oh, it would have been helpful if you could just set up from the outset.
Who else would I be talking about? You very attractive. If you jump to conclusions, you have to expect to fall flat on your face sometimes. What? He's a very handsome.
After court! After court! Dear me, pinning your hopes Your hopes are such an outside chance. Foolish. Very foolish.
It really was an outside chance. I wish you just realized that before I said something silly. God damn it.
So, the Inspector, who's thirsty for some reason, why don't you tell the court how exactly you found the aforementioned pair in the hut? Also, you want some water?
Well, it was a very sorry sight. A rather grisly scene. I parted to the Norrin curtains hanging in the doorway and stepped inside, only to see the defendant leaning menacingly over the lifeless body of the victim sprawled on the sand.
The turtle pops his head.
The turtle come! My glasses were very nearly cracked at the ominous sight that met my eyes.
How thoroughly appalling.
He doesn't appear to be lying here. Well, Soseki-san, can you confirm what Inspector Hosonaga said, I wonder?
Ah, you like a literary man's opinion.
I like anyone's opinion, please. Alright.
Detectives never lie.
Now hold on there, sir. Dabbed wildly. You actually saw her do it.
I thought I heard you say dabbed wildly.
She dabbed so many times that she died.
oh, indeed.
Maybe inside.
The terrible Spectre, the terrible Inspector, the bloody torrent,
I just want poses. I want frames of all of these poses. My God.
Look at him. Look
This is
at
a fucking JoJo pose if I've ever seen one.
Look at this majestic human being, Soseki. The Chaddest of Chads.
He's about to bring out his goddamn stand. Watch out.
Yo, this man was
Yada.
no, he was the virgin English boy to Chad Japanese man.
Oh my god.
Every sight and every sound is still carved into my melancholy memory. That was my impression, at least. As a future literary sensation, Counsel, what on earth was that shrill, effeminate scream?
Oh, no, what are you insinuating? I am manly as a Japanese man as you.
I wonder if I might interject here, Soseki-san. Something you said is troubling me. That was my impression. Your words just now, I believe.
Well,
We're waiting.
Now.
so you mean to say you're not confident you really did see what you described? Sir!
No, yes, I know what I saw! My ears didn't deceive me when I heard the scream, hence my eyes didn't deceive me either! I can describe everything I saw vividly! I could publish it in tomorrow's newspaper serial! Look at that split. Look at that man. It sounds as though the next installment of I Am a Cat may take a
Macabre.
macabre turn.
I think this is a fool's errand. The more we press the offer friend on what you saw, the more entranced he's going to become.
Oh dear, how awkward.
My text is very green.
I just yeah,
You
they
do
said-
have the.
oh wait, the autopsy. That's right. Yeah. Let me look at that.
That is a corpse.
Yeah. Okay. So celebrate time. Single deep dab wrong behind. Oh wait. Oh wait. Yeah.
Yeah, forward.
Yeah. Well, play it proved to me that you can tap multiple times. There we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Wait!
Wait, fuck! Wait, wrong one.
Yeah,
Fuck. Damn
that
it.
was a pen.
God damn it.
It's stabbed with this pen.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Objection. Oh. With the accursed cry that welled up from deep inside me, I think I finally understand. Every time Kazuma-sama and Naruhodo-san has stood here on this bench, in the statement that's been very, very high indeed.
Also, before we continue, let's just appreciate this theme. It's really good.
It's really good. It's good.
Stop pointing!
Never stopped.
What's the video of that menacing pose, Council?
I'd like the witness to clarify something for me.
Who? What? Where? When? How?
Not you, Saseki-san. The query directory is Inspector Hosonaga.
Me?
In your statement just now, you said that the victim was stabbed multiple times.
Yes, that's right. As I said, when I entered the huts, the defendant was already standing over the victim, bloody knife in hand, like a murderous demon.
And yet cannot be.
What?
Get to the point, please, Counsel.
According to Google, in the post-mortem report, it clearly states that the victim was stabbed one time only.
Wait, why do I remember that Google from somewhere? Oh!
What person?
In other words, Inspector Hosanaga's testimony is clearly flawed!
Oh, this thing too.
Yeah, my own adjustment team, motherfuckers! And Saseki-san!
Me?
You claim to have seen Mamabe-san on the throat of stabbing the victim.
Yes, I did. Wildly.
But both of you and Inspector confirmed the same point.
Wait, actually, hold on. Okay, yeah, just making sure that there wasn't a audio settings or something like that. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, believe me, I checked a few. I checked a few times. It's one of the downsides of this port. I wish the music was louder,
Yeah,
or they would have given us some
like,
to
I think
adjust the audio.
I am making the Elgato a little louder in general, just to hear it a little bit better. Alright.
That there was already blood on the knife that you saw the defendant holding.
Yes.
Sir, it's quite simple. We know the murder weapon was used to stab the victim only once. Therefore, there is no way it could have been blood on the knife if that was a single stabbing hadn't already occurred.
True.
Could you please stop trying to take a shit in my courtroom, please? And what exactly is your objection, Counsel? What are you going to tell us?
Yes, Your Excellency, there's only one logical conclusion. What the second saw, in fact, was not the moment that the defendant stabbed the victim at all, but the moment that the defendant was, in fact, when drew the blade for the victim's body.
Excellent work, Susato. You exploit them all with that objection and then proceeded to pull them apart systematically.
Objection!
Well, this takes me back.
Huh?
Yes, I seem to remember your cousin staged a scene much like this at that trial 1 year ago. Half-witted child with a half-baked objection attempting to steal the show.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
What's the 1 year?
Oh no, we're joking because like the playthrough was a 1 year ago at this point, so like
Ah!
we're joking. It's all in real time. It's all in real time, everyone.
Of course, like
Yeah,
Ace Attorney normally is.
Yes. You're right. There were certain similarities. Except so-called half-witted child managed to outwit the prosecution, who has only half head of hair.
Slander! My head is quite adequately dressed!
Really? Because you look like Baldy Gold over there.
Drip! The drip man! In any case, all this talk of stabbing, of drawing, and multiple wounds,
Gucci trip.
it makes not a jot of difference!
What? Why not?
Engage your brain, young man, you idiot! When the accused first plunged a deadly weapon into the victim, there was a fatal blow! And it was that moment, just as she had withdrawn the blade ready for her next strike, that the witnesses saw! The knife was already tainted with blood because the accuser had already stabbed the victim! Stupid!
No, because it would have said multiple times, you fuck.
All you have to definitely show with your little display is that the mustache author is prone to moments of extravagance.
Oh my, no, my objections, baby!
Oh god!
Ramble.
I'm in agreement with the prosecution. If the defendant was seen wielding the blade at all, that is sufficient grounds for her actions to be viewed with suspicion.
But if she was drawing the blade...
Then we are back at where we started.
Sorry.
Consider this, young yokel boy. If the student girl is innocent as you claim, then why would she have pulled the blade for the victim? And with a demon's cold-blooded composure, too. The prosecutor demands an explanation, and that better be good.
Why did Ray pull out the knife?
Ah, yes. Going for the jugular.
What's father mean by that?
Let the court hear your answer then, counsel.
The truth is, I don't really know. But I have to come up with a plausible reason here, or we don't have a case.
Is this what Naruhodo refers to as the bluff?
Oh my god. The reason why did the defense pull the knife and the blade out of the victim's body? Surely so she could.
Not
Only
sure.
one of those sounds
Save her
good.
life or hide the knife.
Save her life?
According to Google, the victim's death was not instant.
That's correct. It's thought she would have remained conscious for a short while after sustaining the injury.
Oh yeah, duh, she's an assistant to a medical
Oh,
professor.
yeah, duh. That makes sense, yes.
Yeah, so she was just trying to do her job.
Yeah.
Indeed, giving her the time to take hold of this piece of evidence that clearly indicates her killer.
The point is, being a medical research assistant, Meibabe-san was compelled to act when faced with the wounded victim. Instinctively, she pulled the blade out in an attempt to save Mitsbrett's life. Oh no, there's ellipses.
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Did you hear the garbage just came from this young man's mouth? Ever see that this is the best our country has to offer?
Indeed.
Oh, is it just me, or is it something like what's going on here?
Your Excellency, if I may.
Speak, witness.
I would like another opportunity to testify. In respect to the slip-hot assertion just put forward by the Yokel Defense Counsel, this beautiful man, I mean.
Slip show. Also, excuse me.
The trial! An excellent idea, Inspector. And seriously, keep it in your pants. Our young Yoko hopeful has a modicum of knowledge when it comes to the law. It seems. But in matters of medicine, he appears to possess not an iota of common sense.
Very well, Inspector. I permit your request. You will testify again before the court on the subject of the defense counsel's assertion.
Yes, sir.
Look at Sasaki, look at him.
I was just about to mention Sasaki has been crying for like 10 minutes straight. Oh, okay, but he's good now. He's composed.
He came through. Pulling a blade from a wound without thinking could cause heavy bleeding. That's basic knowledge that any medical research assistant with an ounce of sense ought to know. In other words, there's no good reason why the defendant would have tried to pull the knife from the victim. Let's not forget that the young student did have a motive for killing the victim. The man the victim murdered 9 months ago, Dr. Watson, was the defendant's highly respected mentor.
Is that what you just said true, Inspector? Could pulling a knife from the wound really cause the wound to bleed heavily?
Yes.
Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? The weapon
What? Is that a book?
Is that an anime?
I can see the future. Until a doctor is ready to provide proper treatment, that stopper shouldn't be removed.
Well, yeah.
Ha! This is why Yoko should stay on the farm. Even a quack for some obscure mountain village would have such basic knowledge. Anyone who's ever given someone a little poke with a knife and pulled it out again knows it.
Okay, to be fair, not everybody would, I think, have first-hand experience with that.
But a medical assistant probably would.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I never stabbed anyone, you see. Or pulled a blade out of the wound, so.
Of course you haven't. I didn't bring you up to behave like a bandit.
Is it true that they're telling me?
Yes, it's basic remedial knowledge from medics. Ray would have been well aware of it. If she were to claim ignorance to such fundamentals, that would prove fatal in many ways.
But then, why would Ray have done it? She had pulled out the knife with the full knowledge that could be fatal for Miss Brett.
I don't know.
Ray never once mentioned anything about the knife to me. Seems almost impossible to believe, but... Did my friend actually have...
Susato!
Yes!
Pull yourself together! You mustn't lose sight of why we're here.
Huh?
Counsel, it's time for your cross-examination.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
However, I must warn that if your cross-examination fails to identify any issue with the established facts, I will be moving to my adjudication immediately afterwards.
I understand. Believing in your client and fighting for their cause until the bitter end. I knew it would be hard, but I have no idea it would be this hard.
Alright,
So,
any of these statements,
Blah, 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 blah,
will
blah.
cause heavy bleeding, basic knowledge of it. Yeah, that's alright.
Hold it!
That one.
but the offense to suddenly encounter somebody she knew lying on the ground bleeding to death. The sight could have shocked her delicate sensibilities, causing her to remove the blade inadvertently.
I really don't think that's inherently... I don't think that's the inherent actions to explain this. The woman is a medical research assistant. I can't imagine she would behave so irrationally. Think tertiary state.
It's gonna be okay,
Oh.
Turtley.
But irrational behavior is a woman's pre-target area, isn't it?
Oh, dear. You have a lot to learn about women. Only a small-minded man could have such a psychotic
Oh dear, perhaps I'm letting my male persona take hold a little
Oh
too
god,
much.
I am becoming sexist. Oh god.
It's okay, you're still beautiful.
What the heck?
After! What part of after?
Oh,
I don't understand!
Well, I've managed to convey the basics now. That should cover the medical side of the argument.
Tyler said that right as he tilted his head. Oh my god.
It's okay. You're still beautiful.
It's okay. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Can you explain why I keep bleeding internally?
Remember the motive. It's just as in Mamami-san's nature to do something so awful.
But she had both a motive and an opportunity. That's very hard to argue again.
You don't know the defendant.
And you, Castle, do not appear to know the law.
Yeah, you got burned on that one. Yes, evidence is the only way to convince the court of your argument, not feeling.
With this fledging to defend her, I would almost say I pity the accused. I pity the fool that behind this lawyer.
So do I.
Inspector, you will reiterate your point about the defendant's motive, please.
Ah, yes. Miss Brett was in many ways the sworn enemy of Memory.
Okay. Well, yes, that's true. Dr. Wilson recognized Mamade-san's talent and offered her position to assistant, despite her being a woman. She was extremely grateful to him.
Yes, the Englishman appears to have been very broad-minded individual.
Dr. Wilson had no time for outdated traditions. Met with an opposition, of course, he believed firmly in Membami-san's abilities.
Clearly the defendant was in the man's debt, which only serves to prove my point.
It's hopeless. I can't find a single crack in the testimony anywhere. If Ray knew when drawing the knife would wound Fred and Miss Brett's life further. I just can't think of any way to explain why she did it.
Susato, it's at times like these when it's especially important to remember the fundamentals.
Fundamentals?
Evidence is what counts in the courtroom, isn't it?
Of course, but I've been thoroughly in the courtroom dozens of times already.
Okay, we're doing this
Yep.
right now. I think
Tutorial.
perhaps you're forgetting something, though. Hey, well, why don't you look at the evidence then? Come on, it's right in your there, come on.
Examination.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's this. No!
Ah,
Oh
okay.
no! Refreshing!
Okay, hold on.
Well,
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
oh.
Look at my pen. My pen is
Hey,
amazing.
hey. Give it all
I
that-
didn't mean it. I misclicked. No, father.
Ah. Okay.
Oh wait. Ooh la la. There's some sort of emblem here. Look.
Oh, that artwork though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Ooh.
But it is a Human University one.
Must belong to some other organization, I suppose. A business of some kind. But that would seem to imply that Penny does not in fact belong to Ray.
Da da da. Oh, I think the second, if you press the second statement, something hilarious happens.
Okay.
In that case, there's obvious explanation here.
Which is?
Clearly, the defense Ray Mamabe does not possess an ounce of sense.
What do you think about that, Professor Mikatoba?
I'm not sure you should be labeling your best friend as lacking in common sense.
Well, I thought that would be a better than blaming her as a murder.
I don't know. Dead people today.
If there's friendship, I don't understand it.
Careful, Counsel. A lack of common sense can be a very dangerous thing.
Oh dear. Are killing me rather badly.
That's life, I'm afraid. A lesson everyone must learn.
Hopefully you can see now that this is really basic medical knowledge. Being involved in medical research, Melody-san would certainly have been aware of it.
I just stopped the judge with his gavel, like,
Common
get you.
sense? Alright,
Okay, I think you can examine all the evidence now.
Okay, okay. No, wait, fuck. I keep instinctively thinking it's the
Dude, that happens to me too.
I keep thinking, because I think the button, I'm trying to remember, because I think that might have been the reverse on the DS might be what it was, okay. Present, okay, so, can I, okay, now I can examine this.
oh, yeah, flip.
Yeah.
It's a newspaper from Seki-san. There seems to be an important article on the back page as well. Exclusive. Deadly poison stolen from Yume University Research Lab. From Yume Medical Research? Father, isn't that your lab?
What the? Let me see that! The poison's been stolen?
It's in this morning paper that Soseki-san gave us. Are you saying you didn't know?
As embarrassing as it is for the head of the laboratory, I haven't heard of such a thing. Where on earth did the reporter have gleaned this information?
To think of it. There was no article mentioning the story in our papers this morning, was there?
It's highly toxic poison that we've been working on in strict confidence. I put Ray in charge of the project.
Ray, she was managing it?
If what's written on here is true, it means she tried to hide that fact from me. Moreover, the details were leaked somehow.
I don't believe it.
You need to read this article very carefully. Anything on this?
Riley English Return tells us, this interview with you and Soseki-san, isn't it, Father? That dab. You said you were quite an exchange.
Yes, he became a little over-animated when he was talking about his time in England. The photographer managed to capture the moment of his karate hand, the karate chop to me in the neck.
I do hope you weren't hurt.
Alright.
Anything else on that?
I think that's it for the paper.
Okay,
Yeah, now you have the back of the paper as evidence.
Okay, so, it's, even my father.
You can... I think there's more details if you click it.
Okay, yeah. Following the lecture, come to life, there's a deadly poison spelled by his stolen. Even the smallest amount entering the body via the mouth of a poison, fatal in minutes. Current methods detecting enough. Okay, so yep, another one that isn't detectable. Hair, breathing.
Go over the... I guess the autopsy again?
Yeah, let me check that again. Cause of death. Okay, pupil concentration, yeah. Surge in both eyes, okay. So... Yeah, definitely 32 minutes. Okay.
Now the...
Yeah.
Yeah, now the cross-examination.
No! Father, no! Please!
Dad, fuck off!
Please, I got this, Dad!
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Save that!
On a new file. Nope.
Alright. Okay, pulling the blade, cause heavy bleeding. It's not any... No, in other words, there's no good reason why I
Alright.
I think that's... There's no good reason. I just need to read this again. Very disturbing. Even the small sound of your mouth or a wound poison. From a poison lace blade. Yep, there we go. That's it. That's it. So wait, hold on. Yeah. What? There we go.
There we go. There's the music gone.
No, there's one possibility. One very good reason why the defendant might have decided to withdraw the knife from the victim's wound.
What?
Ah!
Wait, now, hang on, just gotta get back. Okay, there we go. Ha! The Yoko not only has a poor grasp of the law, but is also a poor loser. Yes, got it again. Tell us then, what possibility do you think you've identified?
Here, in this newspaper article. An article about a deadly poison having been stolen from the laboratory at Imperial Yume Unit. Bruh, I wasn't finished.
The victim perished from a stab wound. Poison has no relevance in this case.
But
Prosecutor Aguchi, you need to let the defense speak.
But a newspaper article, the court cannot rely on this other kind of hearsay those wretched publications carry.
Counsel for the defense. I'm going to need some tangible basis for your claim. You need to indicate to the court precisely what part of the newspaper article mentioned the affirms of your situation.
Your Excellency!
yes, of course. Thank you. He would never have done something to further endanger Miss Breast's life without just cause. The reason why the defendant pulled the knife from the victim's body is explained in this article where it says...
Okay. Why is the poison being developed? Oh, no, wait, page 2. Okay, definitely tiny. Yeah. Page 2.
The article reveals the following properties about the poison in question. When the toxins enter the body of a knife laced with poison, it rapidly absorbs and causes death in minutes.
Are you suggesting?
The knife used to attack Miss Breath was laced with this very poison. It would explain why the defendant, Meibabe-san, would have withdrawn the blade as soon as possible. Yes, the truth is, it was an attempt to stop the poison from entering the victim's body.
What? This is complete and utter nonsense! Poison!
Not at all.
In the first trial,
The defense withdrew the knife blade from the victim's body, not to accelerate the woman's demise, but to save her life. The prosecution cannot deny that possibility.
oh yes I can. Have you not read the post-mortem report? The case of the cause of death was hemorrhaging, not poison. Let me read. The word poison appears nowhere in the document.
Well, that's because by acting quickly to remove the blade, the defendant prevent the poison from taking hold. Ugh.
Oh please, this is clearly desperation. The weasel's last breaking wind. Poison has nothing whatsoever to do with this case, as I believe the defense is well aware. We have no proof that the information in this wretched newspaper article is at all reliable anyway.
In that situation, what the student should have done is wait for a medical assistant to arrive. But instead, you claim she suspected poisoning and took the potentially lethal decision to remove them. We must have had a strong reason for her suspiciousness, or the argument makes no sense.
Exactly! Well put, Inspector! How much ground did she do it, Yoko?
I did really suspect the stolen poison was involved. If you want grounds, I'll give you grounds.
What?
You can't possibly.
From your expression, Counsel, it appears those are not empty words. But naturally, as you stand in the courtroom as a lawyer, you must be aware that words alone, empty or not, are of no value in our modern justice system. The court demands evidence.
Yes, Your Excellency. I'm well aware of that. I've seen it so many times. From my place at his side at the Old Bailey.
In that case, Counsel, you present the proof to the court now. What evidence demonstrates the clear link between this and the poison in the article?
Oh my god, she's dead!
Okay.
You ready to present the article?
Yeah, the article.
A clear link between this case and poison in the...
Okay, the emblem.
I think I know what it is. I remember what it was.
Is it something in the crime scene?
Mm-mm.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Take that!
Yeah. Google!
I will ask her to refer to the Google section of the Portsmore report, which reads... Extreme mitosis, pupil constriction, was observed in the victim. Clearly being a yokel with no logic for the science, I have no idea. So please, do tell me. Presumably, the fact that this condition of the victim was noted in the Portsmore report meant that it was an unusual system of death?
Well,
Under normal circumstances, the pupils dilate when someone dies. If there was extreme constriction instead, that's most certainly unusual.
what are you doing, you yokel detective?
Newspaper article. There's a following information about the stolen poison. Onset of the symptoms occur in minutes, ending with an acute contract of pupils prior to death.
What?
And the defendant, upon seeing the victim stabbed in the back, happens to notice that the pupils of Miss Spread's eyes has constricted severely.
Yes, as a medical research assistant, she would have suspected poison immediately, without a doubt.
Accuser Gucci. I think you'll agree. This is a very compelling evidence.
You yokel student of yokel professor!
Local student yoga professor? What?
Oh my god! I believe the defense has expertly demonstrated a credible reason for the defendant's actions.
No.
Yujin Mikatoba? Yes, Your Excellency. I believe you are best placed here to confirm or deny the versatility of the defense counsel's argument. Will you tell the court the truth about the details reported in this newspaper, please? It pains me to have to admit it, but I'm afraid I don't know. You don't know? The toxin was kept under lock and key in my laboratory, certainly, but I was unaware of any theft. Do you mean to tell the court that these reports of theft were unfounded? No, Your Excellency. Without returning to the laboratory to investigate myself, I couldn't say.
Ha! Listen to the bubbling academic! Unaware of the fact of a secret state research from his own workplace until he reads it in the newspaper.
I take full responsibility for the incompetence of my supervision.
Father.
A pitiful situation for a university professor. You should have more control over your students. Rather than allowing them, rather than allowing them off on killing sprees.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of us. That's totally unfair. Hold it!
She did the thing.
Speak with the thing.
None of this is Professor Mikatoba's fault! It's all my fault! Ray?
Bumblebee-san, you stand accused here. Outbursts like that will not be tolerated.
But it was me. I was the one who noticed the poison, but the Velvet had been stolen from that day.
What?
So you knew. I've been placed in charge of overseeing the project. It was the day that the Professor and Soseki-san were interviewing together for the newspaper. That's when I noticed some of the poison was missing. Just a tiny amount it was.
Why didn't you let me know immediately?
I was scared. The whole project was supposed to be confidential, but some of the toxin has been taken. So, I decided to get it back before anyone else found out. Because I had a very good idea what the thief was. The thief? You don't mean... Yes, of course. It's that dainty English woman.
Miss Giselle Brett?
That's why I decided to join our little group of people going to the seaside. Inside the beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on the stool in the back of the hut, smiling sweetly as if she knew she was untouchable. You know it was you who stole the poison? Well now, whatever do you mean? Ah!
Aw.
And then... she suddenly got up on her feet before falling to her knees in front of me and then collapsing on the floor. And that's when I saw the knife on her back. I couldn't understand what had just happened. And then, a moment later, I was seized with fear. The pupils in her eyes they shrunk in tiny pinpoints.
I'm surprised she could see the pupils considering the mask and all.
Yes, she does have eyes. I can't believe it either.
I don't believe it. In other words, you realized that the victim was suffering the effects of the stolen poison.
My mind started racing. I haven't seen anything past Miss Brett's lip while I've been with her.
Soseki, are you okay?
With only one possible way for the poison to have entered the... God damn.
Had this! It's to go! Even further! Beyond!
Are you okay?
And this is to go even
I was in the moment. You just had to mention that. On the blazing knife on her back.
And that train of thought is what spurred you to withdraw the blade.
Yes. If the amount...
Get this man some
It's okay, Ray. Take your time.
Yeah, everybody got a 501 bar.
Okay. Okay. If the amount of entered her bloodstream was enough, she might have still had a chance. That's what I've hoped. Really, I'm so sorry for staying silent this whole time.
Anybody got a 501 bar? I think one of the witnesses of the stand needs it.
Your attempt to hide the truth of what happened is not something that can be overlooked. However, I have duly noted the courage of which you have confessed in the end.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Oh, thank God, he's finally good now.
It's barely personal, but I do think the balance has shifted a little here. in this courtroom just now.
Your Excellency, do not be deceived. The victim just collapsed before your eyes, you say? Well, Meba-san, if that is the case, perhaps you could explain how Miss Brett came to be stabbed?
Well,
I got you. You have no answer because the simple truth is that you stabbed the victim.
Gigi got him!
Objection! But you have no conclusive evidence to prove that assertion, do you?
What
Ha!
do you? Oh, I have evidence. And it is very much conclusive.
Excuse me? What's the prosecution counsel up to? It was brief, but he hesitated for a moment there. I'm almost sure of it.
You will produce the aforementioned evidence at once, Prosecutor Higuchi.
Produce it.
Produce it!
Perhaps some praise is due, your young student.
Just like Sasaki.
What?
I had imagined there would be no need for me to submit this evidence. But you brought this on yourself.
Oh my god, she has eyes! She has eyes! Holy shit!
What the?
Could a more effective shot exist? The cruelty in the air on that beach is almost palpable.
Pay with the Wake
Go super raw level 3.
Pay with the wake up super. Hey, what button are you pressing?
I heard buttons. I heard buttons.
You better, hey, I think you better push the buttons. This evidence, more than any other, reveals the true extent of the accused's murderous nature. For it shows the precise moment that Meba-san plunged her dagger into the victim's back.
No, that's not true, no! I don't believe it. Ah! Fuck.
I do like that the hat also gets misaligned during that as well. It's really good. Order! Order! Order!
Ray saw Ray read the Oki inside the counter immediately.
Counsel for the defense! Was it you who was responsible for the shrill scream that just pierced my courtroom?
Perhaps his voice has yet to break. These yokels are slow of mind, and slow to mature.
I'll show you who's slow to mature.
Careful now. Sato is starting to show her face here. It's often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and here we have ample proof. The court will accept this extremely cogent photographic print as evidence.
I can't believe you had a photograph like this all this time. God damn it.
Can't see anything else in here. Wait, where the okay, the big question, how the fuck was that photo taken? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. He has stealed all this entire time? Such a star image. I'm genuinely lost for words. Wait a minute. I don't understand. How did you... I mean, who took that photograph?
Clearly from the outside, yeah.
Hey.
That's of no importance here. Don't try to divert attention.
Oh! My mic wasn't taking that hoe. That's an absurd thing to say. It's crucially important. Whoever took the photograph, print as a witness, is Miss Brett's death. The court must allow to hear the person's testimony.
I will uphold the defense's demand. The prosecution will reveal the identity of the person responsible for taking this photograph at once.
Sir.
Well, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Pardon?
You see, I don't have a super dash.
My frame data's kind of trash, as the kids say.
You see, this print arrived at the Imperial Police Bureau headquarters by express post yesterday. But there was nothing to indicate the sender's name or address. The provenance of the print is unknown.
Goodness!
We don't understand then, Counsel, that in full knowledge of the fact that this photograph is the murkiest of origins, you have nonetheless believed to fit submission and evidence in the Supreme Court?
When you first produced that print before, I noticed you hesitated for a brief moment. Because you knew it wasn't completely reliable evidence, didn't you?
Silence, you yokel student and blabbering professor! What matters is the blatant truth that this print so eloquently expresses.
The defense has already admitted to pulling the blade from the wound. Clearly, this isn't the moment the knife was plunged to the victim's back, but...
The moment it was withdrawn, don't waste this course time with your ramblings.
Indeed, without knowledge of who produced this print, we have no means of verifying the claim. And the scene it captures is without a doubt the most compelling evidence presented in the court. If the defense is unable to shed any further light onto the matter, I believe the conclusion is clear.
No!
Susato, this is the time for you to fight. If you've established so far is true, then there can be no doubt. As the photograph shows the moment that Ray withdrew the blade from the victim.
Try to hit me with the yoki, will you?
Yes, you need to prove that somehow.
You'll have plenty of time to rue your defeat on the snow train back to the provinces. And to rue the day you came up against... I can't believe I stumbled over... Thank you. And to rue the day you came up against... Takasushi Aguchi in a court of law.
Sorry, I forgot my name there for a second. It comes with your age.
Listen, I
My mother forgets all the time.
I prefer Aguchi. Okay.
If I can't determine who took this photograph, then this trial is going to come to an end. There must be a clue somewhere. Must be some way to working out who took it.
Well, counsel?
Your Excellency. The burning question, who took this photograph, and the truth is...
Look at your newspapers.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Actually, no, wait, hang on, no, wait.
Yeah, look at the...
I believe it's the pen,
newspaper.
actually.
Oh!
No, wait.
No, look at the newspaper.
I think it's... Yeah.
Not that one.
Okay, yeah, the other one.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Anything else on the back here? Or no?
We'll let him figure it out.
Oh! I know. I just saw it. I just saw it because the cracked lens. Yep.
I don't know.
All right. This isn't about whether I can or cannot come up with such an answer now. I simply have to.
Is this what they call
The identity of the person who took this drastic photographic print is, I assure you, something the defense can and will reveal.
Real quick, I do actually have to take off here because I still gotta go to work I started to be at work in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Tyler, you want to take over, Faye, then?
Yeah, Tyler, you want to crack your voice?
No! You can't possibly!
Okay, we're good.
But as soon as you boldly claim that you can, please, do enlighten us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I'm unable to
Tyler,
present
do
a
it.
name.
Do it.
That ancient Japanese Gucci is yours.
However, I am able to present evidence. The defense has a piece of evidence that reveals an important detail about the photograph's identity.
What?
What?
Naughty the fun.
Very well then, counsel. Submit your proof to the court. Blah, 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 blah. It is rap fucking here.
Haha.
What is that? The newspaper again? Rapturous England rejoices till all.
It's not the headline that's relevant here, Your Excellency. It's the photograph. If you look closely, you'll notice that there are some white lines on the right-hand side.
Ah, yes indeed. They already caught my eye, as it happens.
What of it? A shadow of some kind, presumably? From the branches of a tree or the like?
There are no trees growing inside my laboratory at the university, I can assure you.
Now, if you look closely at the photograph,
Good gracious!
yes, exactly the same pattern of lines are presented on this photograph too.
Objection! Well, that tells us nothing.
Bruh.
Yes, it is a shadow of some kind, definitely. From the branches of a tree.
There wouldn't be any trees growing inside a hut at that beach, Council.
Have you seen inflatable trees?
That's quite remarkable about it, is that the two patterns are absolutely identical! How could such an extraordinary similarity transpire?
The curious matching pattern that appears in both photographic prints is the result of
A camera defect!
A photograph series technique!
obviously, it must be due to the problem with the camera used to take the photographs.
With the photographic device?
Yes, we can confidently say that the camera lens must be scratched. And that the scratched lens causes unwanted lines to appear on every print taken with the device.
In short, the two photographs under consideration here were taken with the same camera.
But there must be hundreds of such camera devices here in the. It would be utterly impossible to identify the owner of this particular one.
I think you're forgetting, Prosecutor Gucci, that one of the photographs featured in the newspaper article.
A newspaper? Oh,
That's right. The author of the article is the mysterious witness of this crime.
Bravo.
No!
Oh.
oh.
Do you? I'll take him for now. If you.
All right.
I see why you are called a restless England attorney.
What are you yelling about? He already testified.
It's Memento! I tell you! Memento!
It's Menamemo.
Me! No!
Soseki-san, was that? Did you say Memento?
Ever since I returned to Japan, a reporter from the Shu News has been hounding me following my every move. A reporter by the name of Rayton Memento. Yes, hounding me from dawn till dusk.
Now that you mention it,
Yeah, okay, what's that fucking dude?
You're saying he wasn't a gag? Could that same reporter be?
A camera to the left of him, a notebook to the right! There I am, stuck in the middle with Rate and Memento! So you're saying that this picture was taken by Memento! Yes! My lord, your excellency, Esquire!
Oh.
Officer! Find this newspaper reporter at once and bring him to my courtroom! We will adjourn for a short recess in the meantime.
Oh, yes, Your Excellency.
As you say, Your Excellency.
And one more thing. I want this knife, the murder weapon, examined for traces of poison. You will select the evidence of the Imperial University's medical department for the task. Understood?
Alright.
Alright. To be contended. Where is it?
Come
There
on,
it
give
is.
us- Hey!
Alright, so that will be our stopping point for tonight, and we will do the second half tomorrow night.
When more characters are introduced, right as people are leaving.
Oh, God. Alright.
You say tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Same time as usual, so.
Uh-huh.
I can say, already off to a really good start, just like the first game so far, so, I'm very excited to see where we go.
Like,
from
they do showcase Susato as defense attorney in trailers. They don't tell you the victim, though, so the surprise is still there.
Okay, alright. So, yeah, we will be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Until then, have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.